my opinion is that education is the most important thing. Why I am saying that? Because in ancient time there is no infrastructure and education is good. That's why most of the people come from the another country. In Rebel there is no good infrastructure and education is good.
Hello everyone, good morning. Today we have been given a topic that what Bihar needs, education or infrastructure. So with my opinion, infrastructure is more important because if we see the private school, they have good infrastructure, so they are able to provide a good education system. And infrastructure means not only the we have good buildings. Infrastructure means good quality of teachers. So if we see in the private school there are good quality of teachers, so we should initiate the most infrastructure. So we can just after infrastructure the quality of teacher will improve, the quality of class will improve, so students will get more interest in study.
I will favor in education because education requires a lot, because we have seen in our school, and if I talk about government school, so people are not getting proper means education, and also the quality of education means in university students are getting only degrees, means they are not skilled and they are not able to do anything. They have to do some local jobs after doing a lot of means expensive studies. It's cost around 5 lakhs 10 lakhs, and after that they are not getting any kind of skill and any kind of knowledge. They are just providing degrees, because the quality of education is not good in our country, and especially in universities. It should be changed.
According to me, infrastructure is very important, play in the role of to develop the states, and without infrastructure, without maintenance, you can't read and without get the knowledge, and without infrastructure you can't sit in the schools. Because if you are going to school, you first you see that okay, there is bench, and this is the bench of sitting for bench, and then after you start reading. And if you are going to for classroom and you enter the classroom and you saw that ground is called breakdown, and selling fan is not the proper work, and teacher is not teacher sweatings, and they all are not able to teach of them. So how can you get on better knowledge without infrastructure?
Okay, so I will go for education. Why? Because we know, if you see Bihar in ancient time, there are lots of university, and most of the other countries people come here to do a study. But now in that time, means because the education is not very well, means we have education system, but it is not as well as in ancient time. You can see that there are lots of good student as well as good teacher, but they don't study here. They prefer other state or other country to go. If the education is best in here, so obvious it will good for Bihar, because without education we cannot do anything. If I say about infrastructure, so in that education needs, because without knowledge you cannot do anything. I mean, you cannot imagine, because education not only give you knowledge, it gives you also the power of thinking and many more things. So obviously Bihar needs education.
Okay, with my opinion, Bihar needs more good infrastructure, because if any state, any individual state have good infrastructure, then they provide a good per capita income of any particular state. If a per capita income is good, then we are totally focused in a good way in our education system.
Firstly, the investing on the quality of infrastructure is not a good option for Bihar. Firstly, the system of education is improved in the Bihar, because many students of a Bihar go in the other state for getting the education, and for this purpose they have to invest many resources, many money in the other state instead of our state. But if the quality of education is good in our country, then all the resources comes in our own state. Then when the income in our state increase, it helps us to increase the quality of infrastructure as well. So firstly, the education quality is improved in Bihar.
Okay, so as per my point of view, Bihar needs infrastructure most, because as you seen the all other state, the state which is good in like literacy, they all have a good infrastructure. Like if we develop the infrastructure in Bihar, this will increase, this will create huge job opportunities for the people of Bihar, and in this way, the people can earn more money and they can afford a quality education. The education system is not good in Bihar because the main reason is poverty, because the people of Bihar are not able to afford a good quality education. So if we invest on infrastructure and if we develop the infrastructure, then it will create huge job opportunities, and the people will be able to earn a lot of money. There is most of people in Bihar who have good education, but still they are unemployed, they are not getting job, and the biggest reason of migration from the Bihar is the lack of job opportunities. So in this way, investing in infrastructure, we can control the migration of Bihar, and we can be able to employ our people in our own state.
Nowadays we can see that education is more important because everybody needs to become a settle in her life. So education is the biggest weapon to control anything in this world. So when we educated, so we are able to do anything. We are doing build our infrastructure, we will build our family members education system, because in ancient times girls are not very went to very freedom to educate herself, but nowadays there is many chances to girls educate themselves and also educate their family.
We had a glance on historical background since the starting of colonial era, when the India was colony of Britishers. At that time also the region of Bihar, West Bengal as the Orissa was demolished, or we can say destructed in a very worst manner. So if we compare the state of Bihar with the state of another like Maharashtra or Goa, the per capita income of Bihar is very low because of due to the migrate labor. If we see a report, there is outlook that is issued by IMF. Even though there is a, we can say, description that the number of states having Bihar has a lot of migrant labor increasing day by day, and even for higher education we have to go for another states, like even we have to go for in Delhi. So I think in the case of Bihar, we should focus on infrastructure creation.
As my opinion, infrastructure is more important because if as we know that Bihar literacy is more than Haryana literacy rate. So if we go Haryana in one city, Gurugram, there is a cyber city. If you go cyber city, you will feel like you came in mini abroad, and there are lots of people in Delhi who is more educated, and they came Gurugram cyber city to do job because their infrastructure is very good. And I think 30 to 40% people will come Delhi to do job in Gurugram, Haryana, and because their infrastructure is very good. But in Bihar, if we have like those infrastructure, so Bihari people doesn't need to go Delhi and Gurugram to do job.
Actually, Bihar needs good infrastructure because we have seen that there has a good education facility, like they in Bihar have Khan sir and another good teacher, and we have seen that Rajendra Prasad is also from Bihar, belongs from Bihar, and in Bihar 63% are educated. They have master degree, graduate, but they don't able to take a good job because there have in Bihar have no good infrastructure. If they have good infrastructure, then they can easily live there. They don't migrate from Bihar from another district.
My point is that Bihar is worst in employment because we have seen that Bihari migrate to other places for work. So we need to focus more on infrastructure, like we need to build roads, open factories that they can survive in Bihar. They don't have to let their families in Bihar and migrate to other places. And especially in education also, they need to build schools and factories. We have seen that before 30-40 years there were several factories, especially in sugar where there were various factories in several districts of sugar. So we need to reopen it. That will create an opportunity for all the workers, that will eventually that will grow Bihar and the contribution in GDP of Bihar.
My opinion is that education is the most important thing. Why I am saying that? Because in ancient time there is no infrastructure and education is good. That's why most of the people come from the another country, and we can see that why coming here, because in Rebel there is no good infrastructure and education is good. That's all.
When the word Bihar comes in front of the people or among the people of other states like Delhi, Chandigarh or any UTs, we don't feel shameful because of our education. Because of there are a lot of, we can say, civil servants and many engineers who is even in ISRO, NASA, there are a lot of scientists, and on that basis we can say education system is not very lacking. It is very okay, but we feel shameful when we feel or when we see the conditions of the laborer or the infrastructure. There is no secondary, we can say there is no, here we provide only tertiary or we can say employment or the third sector, but we are not focusing on secondary. So I think it's our demand, or we can say to our Bihar government or even Nitish Kumar that we have to focus on infrastructure.
Yes, both are necessary, good quality of education and infrastructure. Without one, it is not possible to develop our state.